Hey, welcome back to React University. I'm Corey.
And I'm Dayna.
And today we are reacting to The Last of Us.
Season 1, Episode 6, Kin.
So, last episode, I cried.
I
it was
cried
very
too.
emotional. I knew what was happening playing the game, but I felt like knowing what was going to happen
Made it worse.
Because I was like, oh man, when you didn't expect it in the game, I was just shocked. I was more shocked than anything, but I didn't shed a tear. But watching it, I was like, oh man.
It was so, oh my gosh, the episode was so good. And I feel like, similar to you, like I knew that, ultimately they weren't going to make it.
A little bit of me
I was hoping maybe
thought
they would put a different spin.
Maybe they might have made it like a little different spin because they did some things differently in the
or maybe they would have made it
show.
Longer with them, and then later on they were gonna get. I don't know, man. But I think it was like the build up. There was so much build up. Like by the time you go in the tunnel, you just were expecting something to go down in the tunnel, and to make it all the way as far as they did. And then to see the whole, sinkhole situation, the way that it was. Just the build-up. And then they finally go, and, Joel opens his heart, and they're having heart-to-hearts, and they're like...
Yeah. As soon as I start seeing, Joel opening up, and all, I said, oh, yeah. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. And they did it. Yeah. And it was as heart-wrenching as it was in the game, but even more so.
Yeah.
Man, that was really sad to see.
It was very well done, I thought.
Kathleen, I know a lot of people didn't like her, and they didn't like the person playing her. She had that soft voice, and people was like, maybe I don't really see her. I thought that episode 5 really showed me, yeah, she's crazy. Yeah.
It fleshed her out a lot.
I thought it did a good job. Kathleen, she just seems like more of that nice, nasty, ruthless, soft-spoken, but at the same time, like a teacher. She was like, talk! That's what your job is. I was like, oh, yeah, she's slapping her hands. And and she's like, just burn the bodies. It's easier.
It's easier that way.
It's like, all right, yeah. It's like, he's just a kid, Henry. It's like, it's just a kid.
Die all the time, Henry.
Come on. It was like, okay. She's cold-blooded. She's like, it ends how it ends.
How it ends.
Well, it ended how it ended.
She got taken out by a feral...
by another little kid. Took her out. And it was a little savage kid, too. That kid was beating the crap out of her. It was by far the best episode this season for me.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. I would say it was probably the best one so far for me. They're definitely doing a great job of holding my attention. I'm locked in. I need to know what's gonna happen next, and I'm kind of getting a little sad because didn't we learn that there are only 9 episodes?
There's only 9 episodes, and we're already episode 6 is the last. I mean, this is the one for today, so we have technically 4 full episodes,
including today's episode.
Yeah, and we got a lot to get through. So I'm really curious. Hopefully, it's not gonna feel like a rush job, but. I'm really curious on how they're going to add a lot of information in these next 4 episodes.
So this is going to be really good for me because I'm going to be honest. I saw you play more of the first half of the game.
Right.
I don't really remember much of anything that happens after the situation.
And you know what?
With Henry and Sam.
I'm not going to tell you what happened in the show versus what happened in the game. I'm going to be...
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. I am not going to say anything else. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to be quiet.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's jump on in. Let's do this. Let's
endure and survive.
Who these people?
And the gun. Who the hell are you? Just someone passing through. Take the gun out, 2 fingers only, put it out of reach. Why did you shoot him?
The gun's all the way over there. You didn't hurt me, by the way.
Yeah, I got eyes.
He's got a girl with him.
Can I come down?
No. Ellie. What did I just say?
Joe, come on, they're like 1,000.
He's a little psycho.
Rude!
Dang. You little psycho.
Well, you found a great place to hide, I guess. I didn't mean to upset you about your brother, but if you've come this far, then you know what's out there. So you haven't heard the name Tommy? Nope.
What about the fireflies?
We get those in the summer.
Not the bugs, the people.
There are firefly people?
They know what they're talking about.
Any advice on the best way west? Yeah. Go east. But you never go past the river here. Ever.
What's past the river?
Death.
You're not gonna scare us.
Scared him?
Put that back.
I don't know anything. I never heard of the fireflies.
He was having a panic attack.
Joe, you okay? Joe?
What?
No, where are you? It's just reminded us you're dead, I'm fucked.
I'm fine.
Alright, so let's go inside Tommy and the fireflies.
The shoes coming apart. Oh.
That's gonna be beautiful.
Come down from there, you're gonna break your neck.
So I've been thinking, let's say we find the fireflies, it all works, they draw my blood and put it through some of their fancy machines and make a cure. Like, what do we do?
Oh, it's we?
You can do anything you want. Where are you going? What are you doing?
It's never been an option. An old farmhouse.
Cool. What kind?
Sheep. I would raise sheep.
So, just you and a bunch of sheep. Romantic.
And what about you? Where are you gonna go?
Probably because I grew up in the QZ. Behind you, there's ocean, and ahead of you, there's a wall. Or else to look it up. I read everything I could in the school library. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Jim Lovell. But you know who my favorite is?
Sally Ride.
Sally fucking Ride. Best astronaut name ever. It'll work, right? The vaccine. I tried with Sam.
Tried what?
I knew he was infected. I rubbed some of my blood into his fight. I know, it was stupid, but I wanted to save him. Want to take first watch or second?
I'll do both. Get some sleep.
Still mumbling in your sleep. I was quiet. I checked my sticks. I looked for tracks. I found the high ground, and I kept watch. Like he taught me to. What can I say, man? I'm a natural.
Man, that gotta be beautiful, man. Just seeing those mountains in the background.
So beautiful. It looks so beautiful.
Damn.
Nice.
You're no Will Livingston.
Yeah, but who is? So that made electricity?
Yeah. Don't ask me, I don't have a clue.
You. Get 5 steps back.
How about we just talk this through?
How about you shut the fuck up?
Okay, easy.
Last chance for a bullet. If you're infected, he will smell it and he will rip you up.
Interesting.
Yeah, remember the whatchamacallits were using dogs. Fedra was using dogs.
my brother. It's all, nothing more.
What's your name?
Joel.
Nice set. This look just like The Last of Us Part 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Good set.
Tommy!
I'm gonna punch him. Joel looked so worried.
There's more if you need it.
Thank you, ma'am.
What?
What's wrong with you?
What about her manners?
She was just curious. Kids around here don't usually look or talk like you.
Is that gonna be?
Let's shh.
Ma'am, we're grateful for your hospitality and all. Would it be nice to have a moment here, maybe just for family?
Well, Maria is family, actually.
Oh shit. Congrats. Don't say congrats.
Congrats.
Sheep.
Hey Joe, check it.
Everyone pitches in. We rotate patrols, food prep, repairs, hunting, harvesting.
Everything you see in our town, greenhouses, livestock, all shared. Collective ownership.
So, communism.
Ain't like that.
Yeah, literally. This is the commune. We're communists.
No way. I'm the newest one.
Come on home. You want a pet her?
This is America. America.
Shower, some new clothes. You can put them in the empty house across the street from us.
Yeah. Decent place. Pretty much untouched since '03, but it's got heat going in it.
Yeah, okay.
Joe.
We'll be fine.
Shall we?
Yeah.
So how's Tess?
He's fine. All right.
Good then.
He didn't tell
The
me.
kid? Oh, yeah. She's the daughter of some firefly mucky muck. Trying to find her family somewhere out here.
Infected. Raiders. It's not exactly an easy trip.
It'll be easy for us. Seeing as how you can headshot infected from half a mile away, which is a bunch of bullshit, by the way.
Yeah, I can't go.
Oh, come on. I made it across the country. The two of us can make it from here to Colorado. Wrong people might show up. Is that what I am? Am I the wrong people?
Joe,
Those things I did, Tommy, those things that you judged me for. I did those things to keep us alive.
we did those things.
If you knew the shit that I've been through, Tommy, trying to find you these last few months.
I'm gonna be a father.
Oh,
It is a few months along now,
that's
so I just gotta be more careful.
interesting.
I guess we'll find out. That's all you got?
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to say?
Just because life stopped for you doesn't mean it has to stop for me.
He's having panic attacks. See, remember what I was saying? That she
Right.
would have been old enough to have been a mom.
Right.
I mean, he's lost his daughter. He's lost Tess.
Look at those kicks.
Look.
What is that?
I love that they put that in here, okay?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special edition of What the Hell Is This? Jerry, what do you have for us? Bill, this here is what you call a potty for women. I think the blood goes into it. You know what? This is above my pay grade. I don't know what I'm saying. Steve, it's back to you. What the freak we pay you for, Jerry? That concludes this special edition of What the Hell Is This? Back to your regular scheduled broadcast.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that.
No.
We're gonna talk about it.
I know what that is.
Now you know what it is?
I know what it is. So who said that they were across the street?
I'm guessing Joel.
No, Joel won't do that. He'll just knock on the door and say, hey, I'm across the street.
Sarah's up there. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Oh, I did not see that. Oh,
Someone
I was staring at it, but I wasn't paying attention to it.
It took me a minute.
It's super fucking purple. Eggplant. I always like doing hair though. Maybe it was a mom thing. I'm sorry about your kids. Kid, just kind of. Sarah was Joel's mom.
Oh, she didn't know that. I don't know.
I shouldn't have said anything. No, it's okay. Clearly things you don't know about Joel. Oh, like how he used to kill people? I know about that. Tommy was following Joel. The way you are now. Well, maybe I'm smarter than Tommy. No offense. Oh, definitely smart. Made a hell of a lawyer.
Hey, Garfield, I'm moving into the other room. Yeah, I'm a friend of Tony's. You know, Tony the Forest.
What did you tell me?
I was moving into the other room. She seemed to take it in stride.
I shouldn't have said what I said. I don't even believe. Let me off the hook or what? Let's run it to the university. Is it a suicide mission? No. It's dangerous. You can't handle it. She's immune. What?
You told her.
Ellie. She got infected, but she didn't get sick. From the beginning. It was Marlene. She hired us to smuggle her to some fireflies. It went bad. Tess got bit. She made me swear to take the kid. It was her dying wish. What the hell was I supposed to do? We made it as far as KC, and then, she saved my life there from another kid. 5 years ago, I would have destroyed him, but she had to shoot him to save me, 14 years old, because I was too slow and too fucking deaf to hear him coming. I saw a man kill his own brother to save her.
That's because he's getting attached.
You think I can still handle things, though?
Right.
No matter what it was. I'm weak. And I have dreams every night. What kind of dreams? I don't know. I can't remember. I just know that when I wake up, I've lost something. I'm failing in my sleep. It's all I've ever done.
Wow.
It's failing. Again. You want me to take her? I'm just gonna get her killed. I know it. I know it. And I have to leave her.
Man, that's horrible. Horrible dream to have. It's a nightmare. It's constantly just losing and losing. Oh, interesting.
Is really all they had to worry about?
Listen,
Why are you here?
I came here to talk to you.
No, why are you still here? If you're gonna ditch me, ditch me.
What exactly did you hear?
I have to leave her, you have to take her.
I'd be way better off with Tommy. He knows the area better than I do.
Do you give a shit about me or not?
Of course I do.
Then what are you so afraid of? I'm not her, you know. Maria told me about Sarah and...
No. Don't say another word.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel. But I've lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me. Everybody fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I'd be safe with somebody else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad. Now come dawn. We're going our separate ways.
Come in. You came here to say goodbye or something?
No. You deserve a choice. I still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Just got chills.
What's up?
It's like a world like this where when you say goodbye to somebody,
yeah,
that can seriously be the last time you see them.
Right.
You're flinching.
The target's too small.
I made it bigger than it should have. Eject the cartridge.
And I'm not flinching.
Mm-hmm.
The rifle just sucks.
Okay, give it.
Doesn't aim right.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see.
You squeeze the trigger like you love it.
Mm.
Gentle, steady,
Like you love it.
nice and slow.
You're gonna shoot this thing or get it pregnant. It doesn't work. It doesn't aim right. You dick. Horns. What does that mean?
King mascot. It's kind of sheep.
Oh, see? I'm so closer to your dream.
So I've been thinking. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer. Why is that funny?
You're going to sing something now.
No.
These set pieces, man, they've been doing a good job. I don't know how many times they're gonna have to keep saying this. They've been doing a really good job with these set pieces from the video game to the show.
That's really what?
Well, the pins lead there.
Lake City.
Ahead of the weather. Better facilities. I don't know.
Dang.
At the back.
It's hard. What is in him? A bat?
Joel, get on the horse. Joel? Joel, no.
Oh no. So how's she gonna get him on a horse?
Joel? I can't fucking do this without you. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. What the fuck I'm gonna do. Joel.
So, that was episode 6. Ken. Very interesting name for an episode.
I think I get it now because it was all about reconnecting with family.
Oh, yeah.
And then now Tommy
Duh. That's exactly what it's for. Okay, so episode 6, Ken. So it's just 3 months later from what happened with Sam and Henry. They meet their Ken again, brother, Tommy. So they're able to reunite.
Right. Okay, Tommy now has a new boo thing, right? And she's pregnant, so he's gonna have his own
and that was very interesting. It threw off Joel to hear that not only that Tommy is basically moving on with his life, he's now basically wedded, and he has a kid on the way.
I think the kid threw him more than the getting married, because I think the stakes are just.
Did you see how he looked at his eye when he was like, well, I think right now has been appreciated. Maria now I want to talk to family. And he was like, well, Joe, we are family.
I think he was more blindsided with that part. But I think to hear him saying, like, no, like, I'm about to be a father.
Right.
Like, that raises the stakes. At the end of Joel, I think probably finally getting it off his chest, what his fear was. And then we see him going to his room and I wouldn't say stewing in the memories, but like allowing them to wash over him, knowing that he has an out in his brother, and then going down to the stable and not being able to leave. I think the fact that he got it out let him process a little bit.
Right.
And he was like, you know
what? He
what?
said he was been down there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Trying to leave. And then he realized, nah, I gotta.
And so then I love, he's like, I guess you deserve a choice. And she's like, there is no choice here. Really, there's no choice. Also, I have to say, shout out to apocalypse appropriate products. Okay? They gave my girl a Diva Cup.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an update to the What the Hell Is This segment. Jerry, do you finally have the answer to the burning question for what the hell is this?
Yes, Steve, I was able to find out, and it's what they call a Diva Cup? A Diva Cup. That's what I'm getting here from one of my sources who is very familiar with the matter. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Jerry. I will talk to your producer, and hopefully you'll keep your job. Thank you guys for tuning in to this latest edition of What the Hell Is This? Back to your scheduled broadcast.
And I know you probably don't want to go there, but a lot of times when I would watch shows, like, I'm not even gonna lie, post-apocalyptic world, I'd be like, how can you survive in that? Like, what do you do if you have to give birth?
That's
like,
true.
what do you do if you're just a woman? Like, this is part of daily life. It's not just food and water, which are obviously essential, but menstrual products are essential. So I love that they gave it up. Like,
she ran out of them tampons that she found in that store.
Right, see? Because it's not super realistic. But you might not always be in a city where you have access to, like, picked over products or whatever. Right. So I just have to say, big props to The Last of Us for throwing that in there. So, love that. Love that.
Very sad for Joel. Obviously, Joel is constantly reminded of his loss of Sarah. To what Tommy's point, Joe can't move past that. He has been for the last 20 years hardened by his loss. And that caused him to do a number of different things because of that.
Yeah.
And Tommy is trying to live and not just simply trying to survive.
Right.
And Joel is having a hard time with that, trying to just simply live. He's just simply trying to survive. And everything he's done, all the murdering, everything he's done for the last 20 years has all been about surviving. Him having these nightmares where he says he wakes up feeling like he lost something.
Right.
And he's concerned that he's going to lose
Ellie. But I think it's interesting because I feel like there's a build up that's happening for him, right? Because at the beginning he was closed off. Right. So I feel like he wasn't facing the same triggers. Like, he'd figured out how to survive. He figured out how to shut out some things. And that's part of what helped him survive.
Right.
So now being in close proximity with another kid that, you know, although different personalities, still brings back, like, memories of what it's like to be a father and care for someone that's younger than you.
Right.
It's triggering. And more than just triggering of fatherhood, like, for him, the buildup of everything for him for being a father was halted by what he feels is his biggest failure. Although it wasn't his fault. He had no idea that guy was going to shoot his dog. You know what I mean? Right. It was too late.
Right.
But even the small failures along the way, like Tess getting bitten, that's a failure. Like, all these, like, pockets of things that they've overcome, like him saying, like, I should have heard the guy Brian, but I didn't, and now she had to. He's just like, it's just like, you know, sometimes when you kind of get stuck in your head and you freeze up, and you know, like, you can't move forward. It's just, I don't know, it was really heartbreaking to see him facing that,
right?
And the only person he'd worked up the courage to articulate that to was his brother.
Right.
Tommy at that point was willing to take her.
Right. He understood what needed to be done.
Yeah.
So, what is your rating for this episode?
I would probably say, gosh. Okay, no, come back to me. You go first.
Okay. So for me, this was a 7.5 for me.
Oh, is this your lowest?
Yeah.
This is even lower than episode 2.
Yeah.
So I think for me, the rating that I would give it is an 8.5. I think that's my lowest rating so far. I'm not going to go out 3 decimal places on you today.
You know what? I'm actually pretty surprised.
I don't do it all the time.
Not 8.37 to remove the decimal point.
I was kind of
divided
close,
by 3.
I was kind of close to giving it an 8.75, but the show is doing well. I think an 8.5 is good, and that's not bad.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So, what is your rating?
Yeah, please let us know. Please drop in the comments. I would love to see how other people rate, because right now we're only feeding off the 2 of us.
Thank you for joining us on today. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, all that jazz.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already.
But until next time.
Yeah, until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.